I've never finished a Dragon Age game. To be honest, I never really got into any of them, and Inquisition only held my attention for a few hours before my attention drifted elsewhere. When it comes to BioWare's beloved RPG series with the same joyous tone as Mass Effect, Final Fantasy, and The Witcher, fans have fond memories of moments that I had absolutely no context for. Features editor Ben Sledge has me hack past games from a modern perspective, but I still don't think they'll stick around in a way that keeps me invested. Even the Inquisition feels dated today, but with the latest Dreadwolf gameplay leak teasing a more action-based combat system and a timeless yet modern aesthetic, part of me is already itching to see the whole thing about. Instead of having to deal with lore that I don't understand or enemies that I can just take down with light melee attacks and battle magic, it's a more accessible Western fantasy that ignorant fools like me can embrace and love. I think it's time for Dragon Age to take stock of its place in gaming, and it may be over a decade before Dreadwolf finally shows up. The game is in a similar situation to The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt. The Witcher 2, Assassins of Kings is far from niche, but CD Projekt Red still recognizes how important a third entry could be if the attitude is right. From the start, it was billed as an open-world epic that would rival the likes of Skyrim, positioning itself as both Geralt of Rivia's swan song and the perfect starting point for newcomers. It's designed to satisfy existing fans while attracting new ones by providing enough context and knowledge to keep us all connected. Geralt's pursuit of Ciri may be defined by wider influence and political intrigue, but you can still let go of that assumption and have a great time. I did, and I bet most of the fans who love the series so much now came to Wild Hunt and decided to stay. Dragon Age has always been popular, but it's been almost a decade since it was last released, and I think millions of fans are either new faces or in dire need of a reminder of what the series is all about. I don't have time for 3 massive RPGs that are bound to get old over time. I'm a cool player, so give me new stuff and do whatever I can do for me. Dreadwolf has made it clear that the evil elf who betrayed you in the last game is going to be a big deal this time around, and it may be up to the player to take them down and prevent another disaster from tearing the kingdom is torn. I mean, it's business as usual, and with all the prior knowledge a story like this needs. Who's to say it can't be positioned for a new era, like a soft reboot of Dragon Age? It might even help BioWare shed some of the baggage it's had to deal with after years of failure. The studios that originally brought Mass Effect and Dragon Age to life are completely different today, and it would be foolish to expect the games to accurately reflect our experiences back then. Mass Effect Andromeda taught us the hard way that we can't live up to weird expectations, and BioWare clearly wasn't given enough resources or creative direction to bring the series back to life after a year-long absence. While it's playable now and doesn't deserve to be derided, to say it's neck and neck with the original trilogy is a flat-out lie. We also have a national anthem. This misguided attempt to take advantage of the direct service market was paved in less than 18 months while relying on a mechanic worth caring about. It didn't even feel like a BioWare game, and the reviews at the time almost bargained with its mediocrity to find something worth salvaging. BioWare apologized for its poor state before promising us a reboot and then canceling it because it wasn't worth it. Those who picked up the game at launch hoping for the full product were ripped off and still haven't been compensated. Come to think of it, aside from Mass Effect Legendary Edition, Dreadwolf was the studio's first chance to prove itself after the generational disaster. If it goes wrong, I'm not sure what will happen. Dreadwolf is BioWare's way of changing things up and showing that the team behind it can create world-class single-player journeys that we'll never forget. For those of us deeply in love with the series, it can be easy to forget just how long the studio has fallen out of favor with us. Mass Effect also returns and possibly expands on the original trilogy rather than exploring greener pastures, creating the same pressure to not only succeed, but also give BioWare a reason to launch in 2023. That's a big part of why I want to play Dreadwolf, to analyze exactly how much has changed and whether BioWare can learn from the success of today's RPGs to make a game that's both revolutionary and accessible. Many of my friends and colleagues showed such love for Dragon Age. I wanted to be a part of it. With any luck, its next venture will restore BioWare to its former glory and attract newcomers like me. To be clear, I must stop the evil spirit by any means necessary to turn me into a gay fantasy superhero. Check those boxes and I have no problems. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and support my channel.